We are back with more on this Friday, and earlier in the week I had the honor to interview Mo Willems. He is a best-selling author, illustrator of children's books such as Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus. My kids grew up loving these books. It was an honor to talk with him about an upcoming HBO special that he has. Let's take a look at our conversation.
Today I have the distinct honor of speaking with children's author, illustrator, award-winning Mo Willems. Thank you so much for talking with us here on Park City Television, Mo.
Thank you, Christine, for having me. I'm very happy to be here.
I am very much looking forward to speaking with you. My kids have been huge fans of your books. They've grown up with them. In fact, my son used to draw the pigeon on all of his homework assignments.
Excellent. Excellent. That is great. You can tell your kid that I drew all over my homework assignments as well, mostly Charlie Browns and Snoopy's, and I still was allowed to graduate.
Well, that's excellent. I take that as a good sign for my son then. I didn't know that you started out at Sesame Street.
That is right. Actually, I started out doing sketch comedy. And it was through my sketch comedy work that I was hired as a very young guy to be a writer for Sesame Street. And then ultimately also to be an animator for Sesame Street.
That's fascinating. Tell me a little bit more about your career as you look back on some of the great things that you've been able to accomplish.
Yeah, I have been very lucky in my career in that I have basically every step of my career, I have not been the smartest guy in the room. So I've been able to learn. When I first started doing sketch comedy, I was working with a lot of people that ended up becoming The State, which was a comedy group on MTV in the 90s, early 2000s. My work at Sesame Street, I was working with geniuses. I was learning how to write. It was like going to grad school. And I also am lucky to have a lot of friends who write books, and we talk shop and talk about how we write and what we do and the techniques behind it. Um, I think that doing a lot of different things gives me pleasure. So one day I'm writing a play, next day I'm working on a book, next day I'm working on a comedy special. It's mixing it up in that way is really fun for me.
And what gave you the inspiration to write the Pigeon book?
Oh, I think every book that I write comes from a question that I don't know the answer to. So if I'm concerned about how I feel anxious, or I'm not sure what's going to happen next, I write a book like The Pigeon Has to Go to School. So it's not really about school, it's about anxiety in terms of having to do something that you don't feel that you're prepared for. So for me, every book is a question I don't know and a letter that I'm writing to myself that I'm asking you to buy.
And your books are so relatable to children. You seem to have a very keen mind and really a window into how children speak.
I I'm more interested in how kids feel. I think that a lot of grown-ups think that kids want to be liked. Kids are already liked. Everybody likes kids. They're adorable. They're great. What kids want is to be listened to. And so part of my job is to listen to kids and to give back to them the stories that they need to hear in some way.
So tell me more about these HBO specials about the pigeon.
Yeah, so as I said, I started out doing sketch comedy, and we have performed my books on stage myself when I'm touring, and sometimes at the San Francisco Sketch Fest with old comedy friends of mine, people from Saturday Night Live and different things like that. So we had this opportunity to do this show super fancy at the Kennedy Center, and we shot it. And here's the thing: this is a special for adults. This is a chance to give grown-ups a shame-ectomy. They get to see their favorite celebrities be ridiculous, and hopefully they will then go that night when they're reading to their kids at bedtime, and they can be ridiculous with their kids, and that can be a new type of communication.
And this feels like something that's really needed right now.
I think that creativity is essential right now, and I think it's essential for everyone. You know, I am more interested in what happens after you finish seeing the show. What does that spark? Do you start drawing with your kids? Do you start making up your own stories? Do you start putting on little plays of your favorite books? That's where the magic is, that connection.
And what are you looking forward to audience seeing the most through these HBO specials?
Oh, it for me, like it just dropped today. So the idea of just seeing it on a screen is really, really cool, even though I've been working on it for a very long time. I really do hope that parents and kids will feel liberated to create together. That's my goal. That would be a home run for me.
And I'm sure they will. Well, Mo Williams, it's been an absolute honor and a pleasure speaking with you today. Really looking forward to these HBO specials and really can't wait to have more people love you and your work.
Thank you so much. This was a great chat. I really appreciate it.